Hello everyone. Today we will discuss and solve problems based on conduction. So here we will consider hollow cylinder. So the problems will be based on hollow cylinder. So let's start. The first question is on the screen. It says that we have a thick wall tube of stainless steel having inner diameter 20 mm and outer diameter 40 mm, and it is covered with a 30 mm layer of asbestos insulation. So this is our tube. So it is having an inner diameter of 20 mm. This is our radius, inner radius. I'm denoting it with Ri, and this is our outer radius. I'm denoting it with Ro. So according to question, outer diameter is 40 millimeters. So we will find radius directly. Now it is given that a 30 millimeter layer of asbestos insulation is present. The blue colored line shows asbestos insulation. It is given that it is 30 millimeter layer. So the thickness is 30 millimeter. So now this radius is easy to get. This is radius of insulation. So I'm denoting it with RINS. So radius of insulation will be outer radius plus thickness of insulation. So outer radius is 20 mm and thickness of insulation is 30 mm. So it will be 50 mm. Now I'm showing diagram in symmetrical way so it is easy to understand, and we have inner radii 10 mm, outer radii 20 mm, our insulation 50 mm. So we can convert it to meters. So it will come out to be 0.01 meter, 0.02 meter and 0.05 meter. So I'm denoting it with R1, R2 and R3. So it is easy to understand. Now in question, it is also given that thermal conductivity of steel, that is stainless steel, is 19 watt per meter degree Celsius. And thermal conductivity of asbestos is 0.2 watt per meter degree Celsius. Continuing the question, it is given if the inside wall temperature of pipe is maintained at 600 degrees Celsius, that is this inside wall temperature, and outside insulation is at 1000 degrees Celsius. So outside insulation is at 1000 degrees Celsius and we have to maintain inner temperature, that is inside of tube, at 600 degrees Celsius. So I am denoting inner temperature as T1. It is given as 600 degrees Celsius and outer temperature as T3 because we are using R3 here, so I'm using 3 as subscript, so T3 as 1000 degrees Celsius. Now we need to find out heat loss per meter of length. So we need to find Q by L. This is known as heat loss per unit length. So let's start. Let's find out. When we talk about general formula of heat transfer rate for a cylinder, generally for a hollow cylinder, then we write it as, this is the general formula. If we only have inner and outer radii, means if we only have two radii, but what if we have more layers of insulation? So in this question, we have one layer of insulation. So here we are considering three radius. So we have to deal with three radius. So this formula can be extended as Q is equal to. So this is the formula for insulated layer. That is, if we have more layers. So we have one extra layer. So we have used this part also. So Just look at the formula, what we are doing. This is our, there here we should have our inner temperature. So this is wrong. This should not be T3. Here we should write T1 because we have to take inner temperature here, and outer temperature is T3, this one. So we will write here T3. This is our inner temperature. So this is generally the temperature difference. Suppose in question, if temperature is given in degree Celsius, then you don't have to convert it to Kelvin if your Ks or Ka, that is thermal conductivity, is given in Kelvin, because here we are taking temperature difference. So generally if you take temperature difference of two temperatures in degree Celsius, and if you convert that in degree if you convert that to Kelvin, then also the difference will be same. So you don't have to convert it, you can convert it, but it will be the same. So delta T, that is temperature difference, will be same. So here I have written T1 minus T3. This is our temperature difference, and this whole quantity is known as thermal resistance. So here it is ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi. Ks is thermal conductivity of steel, L is length of cylinder, which is not given because we have to find heat loss per meter of length. So we can transfer L here to find what we have to find in the question. So here it is ln R3 by R2. R3 is the radius of insulation. R2 is the radius that is one step behind, that is this R2 outer radius, and 2 pi Ka is our thermal conductivity of insulation, and L is length of cylinder, as because cylinder length will be same for both, right? So now we can put the quantities, that is the values, in this formula to get the answer. Again, many questions can arise in mind. Now people will ask, what if thermal conductivity is given in Kelvin and we have temperature given in degree Celsius? Should we convert this temperature to degree Celsius or not? Or should we convert this Kelvin to degree Celsius? So for combating this problem, what you have to do, you have to see the unit of Ks, that is thermal conductivity. See, thermal conductivity is constant. We can't change unit of this quantity right now because we don't have all the values here. So what we need to do is we have to check what is the unit here. So here we have watt, meter and degree Celsius. So in question, try to change all the unit to watt, meter and degree Celsius. But if we are only taking temperature difference, that is delta T, then you don't have to change it to degree Celsius. Why I am saying this? Because here in question, temperature difference comes out to be 400 degrees Celsius, right? Now if I convert it to Kelvin, suppose my T1 is 600 and my T3 is given as 1000 degrees Celsius. Now this is the temperature difference right now. If I convert these both quantity to Kelvin, so I'm adding similar amount. In T1 I'm adding 273.16, and in T3 also I'm adding 273.16. So if I subtract these two quantities, I will get 400 only. So you don't have to worry about unit of delta T. So you can directly use any temperature which is given, right? But you need to consider the unit of your diameters, right? Diameter, because it is very important. Otherwise you will mess with the answer because it is given in mm, and here if you see thermal conductivity, it is given here meters. So you have to see that everything matches with your thermal conductivity, then your answer will be correct. Or if the question specifically says that you have to find heat loss in a specific unit, then you need to consider that, but it is not generally the case. So if Ks is given in Kelvin, you don't have to change anything. You only have to see if all the units matches with Ks, that is thermal conductivity. If all the unit match with thermal conductivity, then you will get correct answer. So now what we will do, we will just put the numerical values in that formula and see what is the answer. Now I will put all the values in this formula. So let's put the value. Before putting the value, we have to see that in question we need to find heat loss per meter of length. So we need to find Q by L. So we can rewrite the formula as, I have done nothing. What I have done, I have transferred 2 pi here only. So now similarly we can find Q by L. So we can write Q by L as, I'm transferring L here. So this is our required expression, and now we will put values. Now we are putting the values. When you solve these quantities, try to take up to 4 decimal points. Or either way, you can do that. You can directly put all this quantity in your calculator and you can solve it. So what I have done, I have directly put all the quantities in the calculator and answer comes out to be. So this is our required answer. So kindly see the unit, that is watt per meter, as we have to find Q by L, that is heat per unit length. So if you want to derive this formula, if you want me to derive this formula, then you can comment me. I will make a video on the derivation too. And if you want other type of questions, then comment me what type of questions should I make. Thank you.